racing, drive 500 miles. With thoughts of embracing, speed around the oval, beating junior and center.
Oh, we're geared up, ready to go, aren't we?
Geared up, I'm ready to.
Absolutamente.
I'm in the mood. I want to hit the track now. 2 more days, I'll hit
2
the track.
days, yeah.
2 days, I'll be out on the track.
Well, there's a lot of racing stuff there. They're going to play a Major League Baseball game on a racetrack down in Bristol.
Are they?
Bristol, Tennessee. The Reds and the Braves are going to play at Bristol Raceway. It's all configured for a baseball stadium.
Oh, that's okay. That's weird.
Yeah, it is. Well, you're trying to see if you get as many people involved as you can. So,
Yeah, I mean, if you hit a home run, you just run around the track.
That's right. You just jump in the
no
car.
home plate.
You just jump in the car and go around the base.
Instead of touching home plate, they wave the checkered flag. What's up with that?
Oh man, I for some reason I've been getting a lot of feeds from the old Flemington Raceway stuff. Mm-hmm. Man, it's like it happened yesterday. I mean, it was one from 1973 and the fashions and the hair, and I said, man, they were good times. They really were.
Yeah. So I want to put out there, our thoughts and prayers from Need for Speed and the Wide Open Wednesday, because we had a little feed problem last night with the StreamYard. Yeah. So Nick did it from his house, but we tried to get on there, but for Stuart Friesen, he had a really nasty wreck up in Canada last weekend or Monday night maybe. I mean, it was an ugly wreck. He's got a fractured pelvis, a broken leg. Some people say he may not race again, but because it's a pretty significant injury. But and Nick Leach can tell us because he actually talked to Kevin Ayers, who's in his pit crew, and so we would want to wish our best wishes to Stuart Friesen. Usually Nick Marco calls us with the Stuart report. Yeah. It's going to be a short one this week. But Nick actually talked to them too, so he might have some more information that we don't. Right. But right now we're going to talk to Earl, Mr. Punctuality.
Hey, good morning, Fred. Good morning, Jim.
Hey, Earl. Hey, sorry we couldn't get you on last night, man. It was like I talked to Nick this morning, and it was the Facebook to StreamYard link went bad on us. Usually it's us, but not this time. But we got all the best. And Nick went off on StreamYard last night.
Oh my goodness!
So we had everybody lined up. We had some great guests, including yourself. We had some great stories to talk about. We had a whole lot of stuff we wanted to catch, and we just couldn't do it last night.
We'll do it next Wednesday. We'll try again.
We'll save it all up. But you guys had some pretty good events down at Wall this weekend, and nice results.
Yeah, it was really great. Continuing the the family tradition of the Blewitts that goes back to the 1970s. James Blewett, who just turned 17, won his career first modified feature at Wall Stadium last Saturday night. A few weeks before, he had won his first sportsman feature. He actually began running in the sportsman division right around this time last summer in 2024 when he turned 16. And driving the family's signature red, white, and blue number 76. Dominated the 40-lap feature on a late race restart. He had Stephen Reed, 3-time champion and Garden State Classic winner this year, right alongside Stephen and the family, number 55. His dad, Harry, crew chiefs that car. Got the lead from James, but James very cleanly, very smartly went ahead and repassed him for the lead.
Nice.
17-year-old kid.
17-year-old.
One of the true veterans of Wall. Passed him cleanly and checked out and went on to win. And as he crossed the finish line, I would say a good half of a packed grandstand stood up and cheered as he was getting the checkered flag. It was really something. And then just long and loud cheers as James pulled into victory lane. His dad, Jimmy, who is a multi-time champion of Wall Stadium, second on the all-time win list behind Gil Hearn. He's been having health issues, as many know, but Jimmy is recovering. Has to do with, it's like an intestinal issue that he's been dealing with several surgeries. He's not racing this year, but he's mentoring his son. He was in victory lane. James' mom, Katie, was there, his sister, and it was great to see John Blewett Jr., who was James' grandfather, longtime Wall Stadium standout. He's been retired from racing for a number of years. he came back to the track, and he was there for James' first win. It was really, really emotional. And
being a grandpa, yes, I can imagine it.
It was really something. So, yes, indeed.
It was one of those last weekend was one of those weekends where I wish I could clone myself like 50 times. I mean, I wanted to be down at Wall, to see, what was going on there, and then be there for Tommy Lane because he was running the TQs, which you can touch on in a second. Nick was actually him and Pete were like main announcers last week, and Nick was doing the match races, which I absolutely love being a part of down there. So, but what happened was my grandson called and said they had extra tickets to the Savannah Bananas. So I was like, I can't turn them down.
No, exactly. Yep.
So, and the Savannah Bananas is a great show too. So.
Yes.
But, yeah. So I saw some of Tommy's posts, but I didn't see how'd he do.
Well, first of all, it was the Lane Family Memorial honoring Ace Lane Sr., Ace Lane Jr., Ace Jr. passing away this past May, and John Lane, Tommy's younger brother, who sadly died in 2020 at age 38. All award-winning photographers. Tommy continuing that family tradition as well. Tommy races go-karts and also TQ midgets. He was in the Sean Case's number 9C, but it was a last-minute opportunity for Tommy to compete in his family's race. And, by his own admission, he said it came together so quickly. It's a real good race car. Tommy can certainly drive it, but they just didn't have, everything just didn't click. They weren't set up correctly. Tommy fought the car through warm-ups and qualifying and in the feature. And as he said, like during the feature, he was getting ready to be lapped. I think he was lapped at least once. And he thought, you know what, I'm not going to stay out here and just be, a potential, hazard to the faster car. So he just pulled off. But the main thing
I can appreciate that.
Yeah, it was just a wonderful night for the Lane family. Michelle was there, Ace Jr.'s wife, Tommy's mom, and John's mom. And it was just really nice. It turned out great. It was a 30-lap extra distance features for the TQs. They run on the inner fifth mile track. And all the laps were sponsored. Ryan Tidman took the victory. They call him Flying Ryan. He's a 5-time ATQRMRA champion. Drove a heck of a race. And, in Victory Lane, he saluted the Lane family. And by the way, the pace lap, they did a missing man formation in honor of the family. It was really nice, really special. So from start to finish, it was quite a night at Wall. And we had clear weather. The weather was great.
Nice, yeah.
Big crowd. So it was really nice, very memorable. And one thing I'll close with here with James Blewett. Jimmy Blewett and his brother John III, who sadly passed away a number of years ago in a racing crash. Of course, again, John Blewett Jr., his father, John Sr., the family patriarch. Over the years, it's been all about winning with the Blewetts, and justifiably so. They have a tremendous record at Wall Stadium and wherever they've run. And post-race, after James' big win, Jimmy Blewett said that, he says, we're here to win, but he said the most important thing tonight and for the future, he said, we're here as a family. He said, this is what makes it special. He said, I'm here with my son. He's the next generation. We're all here. This is the Wall Stadium family. This is the Blewett family. This is why we do this. And I thought, boy, that says it all. So that's what race is all about on the local level.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I agree. And, I know that Jimmy's been very successful over the years to many critics and stuff like that, but they work hard. It's not like they work hard, and nobody gives them anything. And we talk about the negativity on social media with the tracks, and you'll see certain drivers get that kind of smoke, it's like it's really frustrating, and it's because they don't. The people that are doing these complaining, don't see what happens behind the scenes, all week long at the Blewitts, when they go down at the yard getting the cars ready, and the Krauses and getting their cars ready, and they're like, oh, well, they run the tracks, and that BS,
Exactly.
So,
Well said.
so they get it on the dirt side too, but they would complain about Stewie, on the track too, and it's like, come on.
Yes.
Yeah, nobody works harder than these guys. These guys run all the time. Billy Pouch, the Pouch family. I mean, they're constantly working. They're racing. A lot of us, other guys, I'm just a vintage guy, but a lot of the dirt track guys have regular jobs. So they bust their butt. So whatever they get, they earn. I don't want to hear about the
You're
the gifts.
right.
So,
And you just touched on it there at the opening of the show, and just now with Stuart Friesen. There's a guy who works super hard on his race car preparation. He and his wife Jessica, they're the parents of Parker, their young son, and they do this as they're racing for their living. That's their profession. Where Stuart, as NASCAR Nick talks about each week, competes on the NASCAR Truck Series as well, very successfully. In the horrendous crash Monday night at Autodrome Drummond in Quebec, Canada, and I saw the replays of the crash. It was terrible.
Yeah.
And it shows the safety that's built into these race cars. That could have been a whole lot worse. I mean, his injuries are very severe with the pelvis and the leg. But it could have been a whole lot worse. But it just shows how safe the race cars are.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. If that was back in the 70s when, Dad ran and those guys, he'd been goner for sure.
Yeah, it was, absolutely. And he's got a long road.
Yep.
Again, he's in good physical shape. He's only 42. Ironically, he just celebrated his birthday last week. And, as, again, Nick will touch on, had a great third-place finish in the truck race at Indianapolis Raceway Park. But unfortunately was DQ'd because the ride height on the number 52 truck was too low. And NASCAR officials said that it was, a violation.
Actually, I was reading that, and I think it was a part broke that changed it. It's not like they set it up that way. I think it was a part. I'm not sure what part. Might have been a shock. Might have been one of the bars. But it wasn't anything malicious. I said I think NASCAR's making money by finding people. So
and
it's really sad,
especially a driver. A team like Stuart Friesen, any team on that level.
Right.
I always thought you're not going to go into a race purposely doing something illegal because you're going to get checked.
Yeah.
It's going to be teched. So,
right.
But especially Stuart Friesen, again, he's a short track guy. He races for, again, a living. He knows what it's like to work on race car vehicles. And, what a shame. It's just a terrible week for Stuart Friesen. But, Godspeed to him. Plenty of prayers and strength, and he'll get through this. It's going to be a long physical road back, though. But I have a feeling, I would guess, knowing him, he'll be back racing. So,
I would say.
Yeah.
So, all right, Earl. We're going to get the one of the Nicks. I don't know which Nick it is first, but we'll get him in here.
All right, great talking to you.
All right.
The common phrase, stay cool.
There you go.
Fine.
All right.
Thanks, Earl.
Have a great weekend. Talk to you next week.
All right.
We'll move along here with Nick. You can't.
Okay.
All right.
Flip the coin. Which Nick?
Which Nick won? We got
707.
There we go. NASCAR Nick.
NASCAR Nick. Okay.
Going to bring that 707 out this weekend with you, Fred. It should be a fun night, fun day.
And knock on wood, as of right now, the weather looks totally fantastic. So,
yes.
High of 80,
no
humidity.
Yeah.
It's a lot better than the last time we were out in the cars.
We're due.
I think it's going to rain today. They're calling for 1 inch anyway, but it's good to get it today and not Saturday.
Yeah.
So anyway, NASCAR owns ARCA, and they had a race on Friday at IRP, and I was won by Brent Cruz, Lawless Allen second, Butterby McQueen, who led most of the race. He finished third. Isabel Robusto, the 20-year-old we talked about last week, she finished fourth, and LeVar Scott was fifth. But so with Isabella, there were 6 females in the race. That's the highest number of females they've ever had in the race. So that's saying something, I guess, because more women are getting involved in racing, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm good with that. I have no problem with women in racing. Some guys used to, but I've never had that.
Yeah, so I guess the command to start the engines will be, ladies and gentlemen, please start your engines.
There you go.
But anyway, with the trucks, Lane Riggs won. He won both stages, and Corey Heim won the pole. As Earl was talking about, we'll talk about Shane in a second here. Corey Day, who's driving for Hendrick, finished second, and Corey Heim finished third. Stewart had a really good race. It was his birthday, 42nd birthday, and he had a unapproved part put on his truck, and he was.
Was that what it was? I thought I read that. Well, I know it was Stewart's Facebook page, but that it broke.
For the start of the race, the unapproved part set him back to 31st.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
So we started in dead last. Okay. And first stage, he finished 17th. The second stage, he finished second. He had a brilliant strategy. So he pitted later in the second stage to get new tires, and then he raced his way up to second behind Lane Riggs. So when that stage ended, a lot of trucks pulled in, and now Stewart was leading, or he was on the pole to start the third stage. And he led 20 laps, and he was passed later on in the race, and he finished third, and then he was DQ'd for a lower front end, so the height was too low up front. So he's appealing it.
Yeah,
and we'll see what happens with that. But so he was put back to 35th, and then he lost the stage points also, which thanks for his birthday. And then the wreck that he had, that was terrible. And I'm looking at that track, and going into turn 3, you have these concrete blocks, and there's no chastaning around that corner.
No,
no,
that suck you right in for sure.
Yeah, so when he hit, it killed his momentum. It flipped over, and then it flipped again. Then it burst into flames, and it's on the track. Then he got hit again. And seeing that car on the track with just a roll cage, and then they cut the roll cage off to get him out. But that was horrendous.
Yeah.
To break your pelvis in a couple places and a broken leg. It's a shame. I mean, it's really a shame. Yeah. And like Nick was talking about last night, the races are better when Stuart Friesen is in there.
Yes.
And I hope he recovers quickly. I mean, he's out for the rest of the year, obviously, but I hope things get better, and he is able to get back in a race car. When you're sitting in a race car like that, you're bottoming out, your butt's bottoming out, and you have a hard seat. So I don't know how that's going to feel for him, unless he gets some kind of shock packages in his seat, like I think Billy Pounce has that.
Okay.
So. We'll see what happens, and I hope he's able to get back in a race car, because the races are better with him in it. And thoughts and prayers out to him and the family. So, and that was his 200th start also.
Wow.
So, and that's the first time that he's ever been DQ'd. So he has a good track record there with that. So 200 starts, first time he's challenged on a infraction. So on the Xfinity side, on a 2.5-mile track, Connor Zillich won for the first time as a 19-year-older.
Yeah.
So his other 4 wins this year, he was 18. So he turned 19 last week, and he won a race. So anyway, 5 wins this year. Sam Mayer finished second, Taylor Gray third, Kyle Larson finished fourth, Brian Sieg was fifth. The pole was Taylor Gray, Sam Mayer won the first stage, Brandon Jones won the second stage. That's the 3rd straight win for CZ, Connor Zillich. 100th win for Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s Junior Motorsports. Some of the stats for Connor: 20 starts this year, 5 wins, 8 top 3s, 10 top 5s, 12 top 10s. So he's always around for the finish.
Yeah. And
this race was kind of given to him in regards that he was 3rd or 4th towards the end of the race, and on a restart, Kyle Larson was down low, and he washed up and caught Justin Allgaier, and Allgaier hit the wall, and he was out, and it put Larson back. So Connor Zillich was there to reap the benefits of those two tangling. But he was up near the front, and he's always up near the front. And then when you have those numbers, he's up near the front.
Yeah.
All right. So then on Sunday, Darrell Bubba Wallace won the race. I'm sure that was a popular win. Kyle Larson was second. Denny Hamlin third. Ryan Priest fourth, and Brad Keselowski fifth. So Kyle Larson was the only one in the top 5 without a teammate. Bubba Wallace and Denny Hamlin, they're teammates-in-law. You know, it's not for the same team, but, you know, they're in-laws there on the Toyota team. Ryan Priest fourth, and his car owner, Brad Keselowski, is another team there. So the pole was won by Chase Briscoe in the 19. Briscoe won the first stage. Ryan Blaney, is good for him, won the second stage. Just notable points here. Blaney finished 7th. 8th was Bell. 9th was Bowman. 13th, Elliott. 16th was Byron. 17th was Kathleen Legg. So I'm very happy to see that she was in a NASCAR Cup race at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, where she's raced in several 500s, Indy cars. So she finished 17th. Briscoe was 18th. SVG 19th. Berry 22nd. Logano, he was 32nd.
Cool.
So just a little tidbit here. The NASCAR burnouts. That is now 28 years old.
All right.
And that was started by an IndyCar driver named Alex Zanardi. He drove for Chip Ganassi and is sponsored by Target IndyCar. So Alex started all this, and it just took off. So everybody's doing burnouts now, except us, Fred. We're not going to do any burnouts.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of the burnout. I mean, some of it's okay, but yeah, I don't.
It gets overdone sometimes. It's like you're trying to make a statement, you know, whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah.
So on the Cup side now, there are 22 races in, 13 different winners. They're racing in Iowa this weekend, as is the Xfinity group and ARCA. So ARCA's Friday, Xfinity Saturday, and the Cup on Sunday. So on some local things now, Big Diamond got rained out. Let's see, New Egypt, Pouch won. He moved up 11 spots. Paul Mancini second. Danny Buck moved up 10 spots to third. And the points now, each one in the top 3 has 2 wins. You know, Danny Buck's up by 24 over a tie for second with Go Down and Pouch.
Right.
TVD's in 4th. Jack Butler, he's 5th. Bridgeport side of things, Brian Papiez brought 37 home for the win. Colby Fry second. A.J. Bunning third. On the point side down there, Dylan Stoyer is leading by 140 points with 3 wins. He's over Sammy Moritz, Billy Osmond, Ryan Creighton, and Neil Williams. So,
all right.
So what about your car now? You all set to go Saturday?
I am ready to go. I was ready to go 2 weeks ago, so I didn't have to do too much to it today. You know, for Saturday, except blow up the tires again. But
yeah, the tires and check the fuel.
That's it. Well, I'm going to get into more fuel when I get down there on Saturday. So, and speaking of New Egypt, we got Nitro Nick Leach on the other line. So we'll get down there now. I'll see you as you go by me on Saturday, Nick.
It should be fun.
I'm gonna open up a little bit. One of these days, I'll catch you.
All right.
All right, Nick.
All right. Take care, guys.
All right. See you.
See you.
But yeah, we're gonna have a nice run down in New Egypt this weekend. It's weather's great, and Nick can talk about what happened last weekend in New Egypt.
Hi, Nick.
Well, we had a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Got to do the match races. Got to do some announcing because Jim was at a concert, so I got to be my old self last Saturday at New Egypt Speedway.
Yeah, got a good reception down there with that too.
Yeah, from what I gathered, we had a lot of good responses. Nick just texted me and asked me if I would mind announcing the vintage cars Saturday night at New Egypt. So
I forgot to ask Nick while we was on there, but I'm going to see if we can make up the one from 2 weeks ago. I'm going to see if we can add a date. You know, I'll have Nick check into it or somebody.
Yeah, all you got to talk to Chris. I'm sure,
yeah.
You know, if they got a whole bunch of classes going, they'll add you in. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys don't take up much time, so
no.
You should be able to do that.
Yeah.
I definitely think we ought to send Luca Brasi down the short to Rat 107.3 to try and get this squared away, Mr. Foxwell.
It's a little out of my pay range and
we'll get Matt on that.
107.3.
We'll get Miro.
I think that's.
Where's Matt at when all this is going on?
He's sitting on the couch out here.
Anybody knock us out of out of the box from down the shore.
He'll get on it.
Yeah,
He's Italian.
It's out of Atlantic City.
Okay. Well,
Yep.
but anyhow, yes, it was very nice to be able to get back in the groove at New Egypt. Me and Pete had a great time. Yeah, I mean, we're doing what we need to do. There's 4 points races left to where we crown a modified champion, and yeah, we're getting in the groove. Last night was a little bit of a disaster on Wide Open Wednesday, but I got in touch with the people that we do our stream through, and they were having a problem with the Facebook feed. So we're going to give them the benefit of the doubt before we pull the plug on that. So
it was tough. We were ready. I mean, everything was working again up until like 10 minutes before. I mean, we had it all. We got the best equipment. We have all this stuff. We have the and then something like that happens. And so
it's just we know it's not our fault, and of course the message didn't come up that they were having a problem with the Facebook live feed. So all right, we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. That's Fred's motto: give them the benefit of the doubt.
Mm-hmm.
And you get one more shot at this, and then we find another platform, and we go from there. It is what it is.
Yep. So
but,
good.
I can't even imagine that, what Mr. Friesen is going through. That was one of the worst wrecks I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But I talked to one of his friends who's really close to him, and he says, know Stewie like he knows Stewie. He'll be back racing again, and I hope so. I really do. We just got to keep him in our thoughts and prayers, and his family, and all that good stuff, because that's what we do. So,
So
like
I mean,
I said,
and what you were talking about with we can touch on a little bit about New Egypt before we go here. The racing was good down in New Egypt this weekend, wasn't it?
oh yeah, the track was good again. Whatever they found, Mark and Fred and the rest of the guys that are doing the track is really smooth. This week the 305s will be back. DJ Tanner won the 600 micro sprint feature at Joe Hammers last night, and he won his first 305 feature at New Egypt, and now he gets a chance to win his third Saturday night. And hopefully, if he can't win, I'd like to see Kenny Loreno win.
Yeah,
get his
he's
first
a good guy.
win.
I like
But,
Kenny.
The 305 class is pretty popular at New Egypt, so we're going to have some fun. We got the wingless cars, we got you guys there, we got the modifieds. It's going to be an interesting night at New Egypt, and a good time to be had by all. And we'll be drinking some garage beer.
We'll be drinking some garage beer. The weather is going to be fantastic. I don't understand why people won't go to New Egypt this weekend.
No excuse.
Unless you go to other tracks.
New Egypt Wall or Bridgeport, wherever you decide to go, support your local track. And I got to give a big shout out to James Blow for winning his first modified.
Absolutely.
Great.
Yep, the operator got his first one. Got his first one there. So.
Yep. All right, guys, I'll let you go, and I'll make the next phone call. I'll be to Luca Brasi to send us down the shore.
There you go.
All right, guys.
All right, Nick. I'll talk to you in a bit.
All right.
All right, Frank.
All right.
Yep, see you.
Yeah, Paulie, we won't see him no more.
K-Rat.
Yeah, man. We got a lot of stuff covered in a short period of time.
Yep. It was another good week of racing talk.
That's right. And
we'll have another one. I'll have even more next week.
I know it.
This weekend.
And hopefully everybody will be a little calmer.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah.
Not much more I can take.
If not, we'll just do it again.
Well, I'll hit the track.
Until I get it right.
I'll get mad. I'll hit the track and I'll pass some people.
You got it. All right. Good luck.
All right. Thanks, Jim.
All right. Thursdays, Need for Speed at 9:30. Under the Hood with Fred Fletcher, America's Mechanic on WBCB.
You're listening to 1490 WBCB and on your FM dial at 107.3 W297CL, Levittown.
AP News, I'm Marcela Sanchez.